Hello, welcome. In this time together, I want to talk shortly and briefly and to the point about Roman Chamomile essential oil. I have Rocket, my dog, here with me. He has felt a little anxious. We just had a thunderstorm and he needed some comforting. So I'm just resting him on my lap while I talk to you. And it's actually rather apt because Roman Chamomile is an essential oil that helps all of us to calm down, to feel soothed and to calmed calmed if we are in any kind of heightened or anxious state. Its main gift, let's put it that way, is to really soothe and comfort. I'm going to put on my specs because I have some notes that I want to look to. So it's steam distilled. The essential oil is steam distilled from the flower of the plant. It has an aromatic, fragrant energy of sweetness and greenness. The aroma is actually very gentle, but also maybe paradoxically also quite potent. It's quite powerful. So it spans those two qualities in a very complex way. It has a movement in the body of circulating and descending. So circulating and then bringing the energy, grounding the energy, bringing the energy down in a helpful way. And also, we'll talk more about this in a moment, works very well to support and calm an agitated liver. One of the main chemical compounds of the essential oil is isomyl tiglate. This is one of the main chemical components of Roman chamomile essential oil. And this, from a chemical profile, promotes feelings of relaxation if we are feeling anxious, if we have any discomfort, especially if we were to use it aromatically, it's very helpful for that. So you can diffuse it. I'll give you a couple of diffuser blends at the end of this recording. You can also just breathe it in from the hands. Another nice place to apply it would be to the, Rocket, to the pulse points just here. You could even hold those two pulse points together with a little drop of diluted Roman chamomile. It is a very precious oil, so there's no need to not dilute it. Although it is very, very safe and effective, it's not doesn't have a harsh quality to it or a kind of a stronger quality to it, like some of the harsher oils that we might need to really heavily dilute. Stronger oils, I want to say harsh, that we might need to really heavily dilute. Let's look at it just through how the plant exists in nature, because that is one way that we can get information for how the plant is going to serve us in our through the essential oil. So it's said to have been known as nature's physician, or the plant's physician, rather. In a book written in 1931, but still relevant, Mrs. M. Grieve writes in this book, The Modern Herbal, she says, nothing contributes so much to the health of a garden as a number of Roman chamomile plants, herbs, dispersed about it. And she says that if another plant is drooping or sickly, then in 9 cases out of 10, it will recover if you place or plant a Roman chamomile plant nearby it. So I haven't tried that out. I would love to know if anyone else has tried it out or has any information on that. I would love to get some information on that. If anyone has tried it out or is going to try it out, keep me posted. Let's look at the emotional gifts of Roman chamomile. We've spoken about it a little bit already. It's very helpful for any kind of anxious feelings that we might have. It's very soothing. It's very calming. It is also very gentle. So it guides us to be gentle. It guides us to be softer. It guides us to be more tender with ourselves and with others. She guides us to be gentle with ourselves, quoting from The Gifts of the Essential Oils, a beautiful book where we look really into the energetics of the nature of the oils. And here Roman chamomile is talked about as offering a soft cushion upon which to rest your head. Release the busyness of the day, quieten your thoughts, and relieve you of any pain or guilt that you could have done better or executed more perfectly. Roman chamomile, they continue, blankets you with soft whispers that you did your best, that you were spectacular. She brings sweetness into the very heart of who you are. I love that description. It's very poetic, but it really gives us insight into some of the practical ways that we can use Roman chamomile, because one of the main ways that Roman chamomile supports us is as a sleep aid. So diffusing it with a little bit of lavender to help you sleep at night is great. Applying it to the center of your forehead here is another beautiful way to calm down a very overactive or busy or, even blaming mind, where things you might be running a dialogue about them. It's very, very calming and satisfying essential oil to work with, just resting slowly on this, on this point here. Desiree Mangendog talks about it as an oil that calms down. Desiree Mangendog, for those of you that don't know, an acupuncturist who works through the Chinese medicine system with essential oils as well. And she talks about it as a way of, as a support for soothing like an overly agitated liver. So she talks about it as an oil that will really calm down any state of anger. And interestingly, also, Peter Holmes talks about it as, the author of Aromatica talks about it as one that will soothe or soften like an overly strong egoic response or reaction. So there's kind of an overlap there with two opinions of Roman chamomile and how it can support us. So it's really pointing towards the liver, towards how the liver has associations with anger, and how Roman chamomile can soothe or soften this sense of being overly attached to an outcome, overly attached to needing something to happen in a certain way, to be overly controlling, all qualities of anger, qualities of the liver, when it's kind of a little bit pushed in a direction that maybe is not so helpful. Desiree talks about it as Roman chamomile being the one who can talk to the liver and help the liver identify where he has held on for too long. She's a great sweet talker who connects with us in a way that helps us to let go of a fruitless fight. I love the way the different people point to the different perspectives of these essential oils. So how can you use Roman chamomile? It's a sweet floral herbaceous oil, very soothing. So aromatically, as I've said, you can also work with it topically onto the skin to soothe any kind of agitated skin. It's very helpful for calming and relaxing, for calming and soothing any kind of sensitivities that might have occurred around the skin. For therapeutic actions, it's known to be supportive. It's analgesic, it's antispasmodic, it's antiseptic, antibiotic, antidepressant, anti-inflammatory, anti-infectious, anti-neuralgic, calmative, and digestive. So it's very helpful for treating head tension, including severe head tension, muscle pain related to any kind of nervous conditions. Some people would also use it for allergies. Some people would use it, interestingly, for a kind of nervous form of asthma, for reflux, for coughs. Interestingly, for low white blood cell count, gastritis, stomach spasms, weak stomach, constipation, toothache, liver problems. So these are all, many different conditions that Roman chamomile can support and soothe and move us away from. Good. There's also been some clinical research done where women in postpartum used Roman chamomile combined with other essential oils, lavender, myrrh, neroli, rose, grapefruit, mandarin, and orange, as an aroma sitz bath or with a soap. And this provided very, very soothing qualities for those women. It's really one of the few oils that we do suggest also to be safe for use with infants, little ones. So people use it to calm and soothe, fussy babies. Mother can use it, and then that will, of course, impact the baby. We don't need to apply oils to really, really little babies. That's something that we really wouldn't necessarily direct you towards. Good. One beautiful combination that I want to point you towards as a diffuser blend is Roman chamomile and green mandarin. And this is going to release this tight grip that we were talking about in association with the liver and soften tension. And I can really tune in. I haven't tried it, but I'm definitely going to. The brightness and the freshness and the futuristic quality of green mandarin alongside that gentle, soothing lullaby quality of the Roman chamomile would be a really, really gorgeous, beautiful combination. Good. I think it's time for me and Rocket to say goodbye. I hope this has been helpful for you, and wishing you much, much love.